Welcome back. Today we're going to be doing a in the hoop felt cookie.
Cookies! This is the perfect job for me because me love cookies. Me never actually baked any cookies, but that's okay because me got cookbook. Yeah, see, cookbook tell me how to make all kinds of cookies. A chocolate chip cookie.
This project is unique because we are actually going to stuff the cookie while it's in the hoop. So, if this is the first time we're meeting, my name's Mary with Sewing for Madison. My passion is crafting and helping others learn how easy and fun it can be. So let's get started with our project. Let's go over the supplies that we need for this project today. Today I'm going to be using my Brother PE 770 embroidery machine, and I'm going to be using the 4x4 hoop size. I've gone ahead and hooped my stabilizer, which I'm using a medium cutaway stabilizer for this project. I have my felt pieces here. This particular cookie is a sugar cookie, and so I have the back piece, the front piece, and then the frosting part, which we're going to be doing a little bit of applique on. I've got the 3 different pairs of scissors that I need and my threads. Also some tape, a dowel rod for the stuffing part, and our polyfiber stuffing. So let's get started. Okay, so our first step is going to be to put our hoop into our machine and grab our first layer of material. Okay. And this is going to stitch the outline of our cookie. Okay, our next step is going to be for the frosting part. For this part, I need to change the color of my thread. The thread that I'm using is an embroidery polyester thread, 40 weight. Okay, and the first step here is going to be the outline for placement. Okay, now we'll go ahead and we'll put our frosting color right over top. And now we need to remove the hoop and trim around the outside of the heart. I'm using my 6-inch curved scissors. They're the best thing to use for applique. And when you're doing the cutting, you want to make sure that you leave your hoop flat on your work surface. And you want to cut around the stitches, keeping as close to the stitches as possible without cutting into them. Okay, almost done. Perfect. All right, the next detail of our design is going to be the sprinkles. So I'm going to change my thread color again. I've chosen a pretty lavender color for this. Okay, here we go. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and remove my hoop, and I'm just going to trim all these strings around those sprinkles real quick. This will save me a little bit of time later. I prefer to trim my strings while my project is still in the hoop. Some people prefer to do it at the end. It doesn't really matter when you do it. Okay, great. Now the next part of our project is going to be flipping our hoop over and putting the back piece of our fabric down. We want to tape it in place. And we want to switch out the bobbin color to match the top thread. You do this for a lot of in the hoop projects because you see the project from both sides. Okay, let's pop the hoop back in. And this next step is going to sew about 3/4 of the cookie. Okay, we're going to remove it from the hoop. You can see from the back side here that it has sewed all the way around except for this little opening right here. That's where we're going to stuff the cookie. I'm going to remove the tape from the bottom side, grab some of my poly stuffing, and you want to stuff just a little bit at a time. When you are doing in the hoop projects that are stuffed, you want to make sure that you do not overstuff your project. Otherwise, it will be very hard to stitch it closed. I like to use a dowel rod. It just makes things easier than sticking your finger up there and stretching out your fabric. Okay, I need a little bit more. Almost done. Okay, that looks pretty even. Okay, now here is the choice that we can make. I can either be done with the embroidery machine at this point and hand stitch the seam up, or go back to the very first step and just run that stitch and then stop it after that point, and it will sew up our design. So that's actually what I'm going to do here. I'm going to pop this back into the embroidery machine. Okay, now I'm at that corner and I'm just going to start my machine. Keep my thumb here next to the scissor hand. Perfect. Now if you want to do a double seam, just back your machine up and do it again. Perfect, all sewed up. Now we can go ahead and remove this from the embroidery hoop. I'm just going to slide my machine back here a little bit. I'm going to trim up this string at the bottom here and cut out my cookie design. Perfect. Now I got a couple strings to trim here on the back. Great, our cookie design is now completed. And you can see that it's nice and stuffed. Perfect little play sugar cookie. I hope that you had fun with our stuffed in the hoop project today. If you liked our video, make sure you smash that like button and subscribe to our channel. We have many more tutorials and product reviews to come. Happy crafting!